Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing good. I have got some new molds. I bought these from Amazon. They are beautiful candle molds. Now the shape alone caught my eye and I just thought they would be absolutely beautiful for Christmas decor, around the fireplace. I wish I had a fireplace, or on, your surfaces. You know me. I love a surface and I love to cover it. So we are going to be using both of these tea light candle holders, and I'm going to be adding a little something with just a sprinkle of glitter. I'm using this gorgeous green glitter from Yvonne over at Resin Supplies Den, but I'm really not using a lot. I just want a really light hint. I want the Jesmonite. I am also using Jesmonite. I want the Jesmonite to have a little something, a little sparkle of Christmas joy in there. Oh my gosh, guys. I still can't believe I'm on Christmas videos. Like, I've been waiting for this moment for the last 10 months. Like, what? Anyway, okay. A little pinch of the glitter and a little sprinkle. I'm just moving the molds around to try and get that glitter in there. I really had no idea how much Jesmonite these would take because they are deep molds. So I poured 195 grams liquid, and then you multiply that by 2.5 for your powder. Now the color I'm using is my absolute favorite color from Homeware Design, and this is the Zen Green. You can get so many beautiful shades from just this one color. Here you see just a few drops have gone in. If I used even less, we'd get a beautiful, almost pale, very, very Zen-like, spa-like color. But I'm going for the darkest green possible, that Christmas green, that green from Home Alone, that one we all know. And I just added as much in as I felt it needed, and then I added the 2.5 on the powder. Now I am sieving my powder. This is Jesmonite, and again it can be lumpy and clumpy and sometimes leave lumps, so I do sieve my powder now, especially seeing as I've had this Jesmonite in my craft room for a good 6 months, and it does have a shelf life. If you have any Jesmonite AC100, just know that it does have a shelf life of anywhere between 6 months to a year. So get it used, guys, get it used. So I just start to mix slowly, get that powder in, and then as soon as I feel like the majority of the powder is in and I'm not going to make a huge mess, I go crazy with the whisk and I get it mixed. It has a very short work window. You don't have much time to get this stuff mixed together and fully poured, but look at this green. If this does not scream Home Alone, I really genuinely do not know what does. It is the most perfect Christmas color. And again, Jesmonite is heat resistant and it will handle tea light holders without any problems whatsoever. The one thing I did have to make sure I did was make sure that the Jesmonite AC100 gets right down in. There's a few little nooks and crannies in this mold, but the tea light holder section is the most important section. And it was around this time I started to feel a little bit uneasy with these molds. They were super soft and flexible, which is great. The mold, the actual description of the mold said easy to demold. Silicone is super squishy and soft, really easy to demold. And I guess that comes with its own set of problems because there were no supporting brackets for these. There were no mold housings, no casings to keep them, A, to keep their shape, but B, to keep them upright. This big one here decided, I want to be a little bit leaning Tower of Pisa. Now, I know I knocked it, but the mold itself started to lean off to the right-hand side, and I just had visions of it just falling completely and just collapsing in on itself because it was so soft and squishy. I tried to give them both a little tap just to get any excess air up to the surface, and again, that was tricky because the silicone was super soft and squishy. In the end, I had to prop it up, which is not ideal for a silicone mold. I had to prop it up with my huge bottle of isopropyl alcohol there because that thing was leaning, guys. It was leaning. This is another mold now. I didn't actually plan to show this mold in this video, but here we are. We have leftover Jesmonite. Surprise, surprise. So rare of me to make too much. This mold, again, brand new. I just bought it from Amazon. beautiful, absolutely beautiful tea light shaped, snowflake shaped tea light holders. Snowflake shaped tea light holders. Now, the beauty of using just one colour is that you can really bash them about. You can whack it and wobble it and shake it and shimmy it and really get all of those excess air bubbles out. So that was the luxury of this mould. I really had the luxury of like being able to tap it a lot to get those air bubbles out. There are so many nooks and crannies. Again, I was worried about those trapped areas and those 90-degree edges. Now, let's talk about it. I left these in the mold for around 40 minutes to an hour. I knew that to demold these, I would need some brute force. Like, it literally is having to peel it back on itself. So I left them in the mold for longer than usual, just so that the Jesmonite would be rock solid, like not rock solid, but more solid than a 30-minute demold. Usually you can demold after 30 minutes, but these guys, they weren't going anywhere. Like, they were not budging. Not budging. Now, I have to say, I tried real hard and I snapped the base of the little one. That's not the worst thing, honestly, guys. Jesmonite really works well with super glue. We can super glue that back on. No problems whatsoever. In the end, I had to take them downstairs to Tim and I was like, you need to get these off. I cannot, and I mean cannot physically get these off. I couldn't stretch it up and over that top lip. I just couldn't do it. But look at them. How beautiful are they? Especially with that just a hint of the green glitter. So pretty. And yes, like I was saying, I did break this one, but honestly, super glue will work wonders. And once you get it back in its original position, look at this. You can barely tell there was a crack. So again, it's fine. It will still work on my actual surfaces. But here's the thing. Tim couldn't do it. Neither of us could do it. We used every method we could think of at the time. We had to cut the molds. It was a total disaster of a mold. Now, firstly, I think these would work well with resin. Epoxy resin would work a dream because you can get your isopropyl alcohol down in there. I feel as though they would just slide off with epoxy resin. Unfortunately, for Jesmonite, these molds were not it. They were not the one. So whilst the molds are linked below, I definitely would not recommend them for Jesmonite. I asked my patrons, I sent a video to my patrons and I said, I can't get them off. And my patrons are amazing. They all gave me some great advice about maybe using baby oil or any kind of oil to do a bit of a slip and slide in there. But I didn't have any baby oil. And sadly, I couldn't go out shopping for it. And that's what happened. We had to cut them off because even Tim, who's stronger than me, could not get them out. This mold, however, next level perfection. Absolute perfection. Like, I could not have asked for a better result on something that I had no plans on making on this day. And this really saved the day because it was like, I have a result. And the demold was so easy. And I have molds that I can use again. I didn't have to cut them. The edges are pristine. Absolutely perfect. No air bubbles whatsoever. And that is because I really was allowed to bash the life out of them and get any potential air pockets out. This is what they are looking like on my radiator cover in my hallway. Now, despite the disastrous mold, I'm actually overly in love with the candlesticks. They are stunning candlesticks. Perfect for Christmas. Truly perfect for that Christmas display. And yeah, once I've stuck that little one back together, it will be all good. It will be all good. But they are beautiful and I truly do love them. I'm just so sad that we lost the molds in the process. Will I buy them again to try them with resin? Honestly, I don't think I will. I don't think I'd buy them again to try them with resin. But if you do have those moulds, please let me know how you get on with them. If you've used them with epoxy resin or if you've used them with Jesmonite and had a successful demold, please do let me know. Sadly, it was not to be for me this time, but I'm still over the moon with those snowflake tea lights. How beautiful are they? How gorgeous would they look in white? Even like white glitter in epoxy resin with a fake candle. Stunning. I cannot wait to use them again. I hope you've enjoyed this video and thank you so much if you've been with me in the live chat. I massively appreciate you. I am kind of on my way back from Scotland right now, so I should be home in time for this evening. Fingers crossed. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.